Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to this live stream. Today we're going to be speaking about the importance of the issue of the Uyghur crisis, the Uyghur genocide, and I'm delighted and it's my pleasure to invite Dr. Burhan, Professor Burhan from Istanbul University. Welcome to this live stream and thank you for giving us your time.
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you, my friends. Thanks for inviting me to educate this Uyghur genocide in the 21st century. And it's my pleasure to, accept your interviews as well. Thank you.
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. So when it comes to the Uyghur genocide, there's obviously a lot of people who are involved in this, in activism. So I just want to give a brief introduction to the Associate Professor Burhan. So Dr. Burhan is an Associate Professor at Istanbul University and a recipient of the outstanding...
Sorry, actually is Istanbul Sabahattin Zaim University. You know, it is, yeah.
Sabahattin Zaim University.
Yes, sorry, yeah.
Okay, no problem. And recipient of Outstanding Young Scientist Award by Turkey's Academy of Sciences, which is obviously a very prestigious award from 2018 to 2021. Previously, he was the Associate Assistant Professor and Senior Lecturer at International Islamic University, Malaysia, and University of Kuala Lumpur. He is a Uyghur activist who advocates the Uyghur genocide, and he is the author of an article entitled "Why I Stand Up Against the Red Evil China." So as a young academic who has published books and articles, the first thing I want to do, Dr. Burhan, is to ask you, what is your history with East Turkestan in terms of your...
Brother, I don't know. There is some problem. Your voice is like correct. It's like cannot hear properly. You know, it's that. What's the problem? I don't know.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Still your voice is like, not very clear. Okay, I don't know what happened.
I'm gonna leave and come back. Inshallah.
Yeah.
What about now? Is it better? Can you hear me? Okay, so while we're waiting for Dr. Burhan to come back, what are your thoughts on, obviously you've been making a lot of videos about the Uyghur issue. Some people may be wondering, why is this topic so important to Muhammad Hijab? We've obviously seen that he's very, much into the dawah and these types of things, but the Uyghur genocide is obviously something fairly recently he's been speaking up about.
So I think we have to have our priorities straight, as Muslim people. And, we don't have an excuse nowadays in the age of technology and in the age of the internet. We really don't have an excuse. Like, we know what is going on and we can decide to make a change or not. As simple as that, really. And so with the Uyghur Free organization that we've got, where we're doing grassroots kind of student work, activism, I think this is effective change. Like, it's easy to do just a video or two and just leave it as that, but we need to actually start influencing change from the bottom up.
Yep.
And it has to be a consorted kind of effort, systematic effort.
Yeah.
And I feel like if we don't do it, we will be judged for that.
May Allah protect us from that. But you're absolutely right. We need to get involved in this activism. Dr. Burhan, can you hear us now?
Yes. Now is excellent. Yes, thank you.
Okay, brilliant. So I was just saying that my first question to you is, what is your link to East Turkestan in terms of your own family, and where are you from, and why is this important to you?
Thank you so much for the question, and also I thank that brother wearing our what they call the national flag. That is that's an honor to me as well. But anyway, actually, I graduated from one of the top university in China. Actually, I got my first education is nearby Beijing. That's called the Dalian. That is one of the beautiful city, like top 10 cities in China, actually. So basically, I did my primary, secondary, and high school up to what they call my bachelor degree. I did in China. So meaning that actually is even I studied with the Han Chinese student, not with the Uyghur student. Actually, I studied with the Han Chinese student, and also I was one of the top students in our university as well. So meaning that actually is I'm not anti-Chinese government until 2016. So even though we are anti-Chinese government, but we try to hide our feelings towards the Chinese government actually. So meaning that from 2001 until 2005, put me this way, until like 1999, 22 years ago, until 1999, I was in Turkestan, until I did my, what they call is a high school. So after my high school, I went to the other part of the China, which is east coast of the China. So I went to there to complete my bachelor degree. So when I completed my bachelor in 2005, then there is someone in my life. They asked me to do my further education in Malaysia. So I came to Malaysia. Actually, that time I don't know how to speak English because I was studied in Uyghur in my until high school. Then after that, I went to the Chinese university. Then I mean the medium of instruction is in Mandarin or in Chinese actually. So I don't have opportunity to learn English. Then I came to 2006 in Malaysia. I studied for English for like 6 months. Then after that, I went to one of the top university in Malaysia, that is University Malaya, that is like top 100 university in the world as well. So I went to there to do my master degree. So meaning that actually I did my master degree until 2007 until 2009 for 2 years. Then after that, I did my PhD from 2009 until 2012. I did in Islamic finance. Actually, I'm one of the pioneer, what they call is a PhD holder in terms of in Islamic finance. So and after that, from 2012 until end of 2017, almost for 6 years, I was in Malaysia. As you know, just now you read my short bio as well. I worked for the University of Kuala Lumpur as a senior lecturer. Then after that is like in International Islamic University of Malaysia. So I was there like assistant associate professor until end of 2017. So until that time, actually, I never show any anger or any like hard feelings to the Chinese government. And even we are afraid to say like East Turkestan, if we involve that political activities, of course, our academic life will be vanished by the Chinese government. So meaning that that is about my what they call is like a journey to the academia actually. So meaning that actually I'm the shepherd of the son. My father was a shepherd, and you can imagine what I pay for my education actually. So meaning that like I spent education until of course now I'm also academician, but to earn my PhD I studied until 2012. So meaning that I spend a lot of what they call time for my journey. So my father also advised me not against the Chinese government, even though oppression is there actually. So I listened to my father's advice until I came to Turkey actually. Basically, put me this way. So then after starting from what they call is actually the oppression actually still there last 70 years actually, but not that serve or not that much what they call is like oppressing that much because even my time actually, if you want to go to madrasa, we are hiding the Quran in our what they call the jacket, and they go to like smugglingly we go to even it's not madrasa, we just go to someone's house, we try to learn the Quran, and also we try to learn something, but the fear is there actually. You can imagine that is during 1990s, even during 1990s many people they are afraid to go to the madrasa because of the fear of the Chinese government. So even though our life is like that, but we didn't the anti-Chinese government. So meaning that actually is I mean, the oppression is still there until 2016, but starting from 2016, there is like extreme oppression. I mean, now is everyone's labeling as a genocide. So actually, I'm even though like 2 or 3 years ago, I claim this issue as a comprehensive genocide towards the Uyghur people in terms of the culture, in terms of the religion, and also in terms of identity as well. So even I mean, I don't know. I'm talking too much, but I mean, yes, I just want to give some brief why I involved this what they call the activism. Actually, that's most important. So until as I told you, until end of 2017, I am like not anti-China, even though I'm anti-Chinese government, because I don't want to show that kind of like what they call is. I mean, their feelings or that kind of like expression to the Chinese government. Even I was in Malaysia, I was one of the top student as well. Even the university, I'm performing very well. Actually, as you know, our like even though being the academic, if you the student they don't like you, I mean, you are not like qualified to be the good teacher or the good lecturer. But I'm also same time I mean educating the students. Same time I'm publishing in international journals. So even in what they call in Malaysia, even there is like in IIUM, International Islamic University, there is only just one nomination for like in social science for publishing international journals. In 2017, even I won that award as well. So meaning that actually I dedicated my whole life for education and also educating the student, as well as I mean producing or promoting Islamic finance at international, not only national level and also international level. So when actually my story is a little bit longer, but I don't know how I can shortening this story. Then after that, what they call is, then I have planned like 10 years ago, and maybe in the future I need to settle in Turkey actually. So then you know, if you have that plan, Allah will be facilitating our journey. Then actually as a student or like as an academician, I visited like United Kingdom, I visited Europe, I visited Australia, even I visited USA as well. So if I ask what you call the asylum, or I want to become a refugee, there is an opportunity for me. But if I become the refugees, or I mean my academia will be destroyed or something like that, then I'm thinking, you know, maybe as we link to, I mean, the Turkish people, we are sharing the same culture, we are sharing the same language, and also we are sharing what they call the same heritage. So that's why I have planned to come to the settle in Turkey. Then, like middle of 2017, the rector of Istanbul Sabahattin Zaim University, and he went to Malaysia to interview some lecturers. So that, I mean, also because, as you know, Turkey also promoting Islamic finance as well. And then that's why he came to Malaysia. They interviewed like many people, but finally they choose me. They asked me to come to the Turkey. That's why end of 2017, like actually I started my academic journey starting from beginning of the 2018. So that's why what I want to say that I just came to the Turkey by invitation of, I mean, the university in Turkey actually. So that's why then until like what they call I have to say this one or not, but it is important as well. You know, because in starting from 2016, the Egyptian government is deported back some Uyghur student or Uyghur people back to the China. Actually, that is, and we already know. I mean, Chinese government they deported back some, and also there's a fear in Malaysia as well because the previous leadership of the Malaysian government, I mean, during this previous prime minister, they are very close to China, and also they deported back some Uyghurs to China as well. So that's why always the fear is there. I mean, always the fear is there actually. So then I mean, we heard also like middle of 2017, we heard that even the Chinese police even come to until Malaysia, chasing some Uyghur people actually. You know, then you know, if you ask me, like sometimes, you know, you say this is like dream, you know, if I tell my story to you actually, then supposed to be I have to leave Malaysia like end of the December, But just like few days before I'm leaving from Malaysia, like there is I received some WhatsApp, sorry, the WeChat message from one of the Chinese official, actually that Chinese official from my city, and he asked me, and he told me, we came to Malaysia, can we meet today? Then I surprised, how come they as a police, like, how come they come to until Malaysia to chasing the Uyghur people? Then if I say no to them, maybe I worry about maybe they canceling my Chinese passport because I'm still holding the Chinese passport. Then I told them, okay, we can meet tomorrow. I just bluffed them, okay, we meet tomorrow. But actually, unfortunately, like our ticket on Sunday, but they asked me to meet on Saturday, So this is something like, like you can imagine what's happening there actually. So then I said to them, okay, we can meet Saturday. Then I don't want to tell what's happened and so on, but I just want to make it short. Then the Friday night we changed our ticket to like Saturday early morning. We canceled the what they call the. I have 3 daughters actually, with my 3 daughters and with my wife, like 5 of us actually. Then we cancel what they call our ticket with what they call is. The Turkish Airlines. Then we book what they call Qatar Airline in Saturday morning. Then we out from Malaysia like early morning Saturday, what they call the morning. Then after that police is like chasing me everywhere in Malaysia, or something like. You can see that Allah is saved me by this way. Then we have some WeChat record, and then after that, I came to Turkey. Then he still keep contacting with me, because if I'm not contacting with them, I worry they will do something my parents, because my father and my mother still there or something like that. Then after that, actually, I tried to record whatever said and whatever do or and so on. And as soon as I came to Turkey, like starting from like February 2018. And he trying to keep messaging to me. You went to very sensitive country. Is very sensitive to China. So actually, you should not go to the Turkey. Then I told them, actually, as you know, China and Turkey is doing very good. Maybe I will play the bridging role. I just try to say, I just try to manipulate the story. Then after that, he asked me to work for the agent for the Chinese government. That is come to that point. Then I told them, no, I cannot do that. I'm an academician. I have to focus on my academia. You cannot do me like this way. And he threatening me. If you don't work for us, we will destroy your family members in China. I recorded. Then I told him, okay, I replied back to him, okay, your voice is recorded. If you do this, I will expose you are like spying in Malaysia. And also, this is as recorded. Then I know your identity, who you are. Then I will expose this one to international media. Then he stepped back. Okay. Then you do your, what they call is work. Then we will not touch your family members. Then I said, fine. Okay. If you don't touch my family members, I just focus on my academy. Then I actually, again, I keep silent until like, actually, previously, I have one uncle and who doing the business. Even he's the one who support me to study in Malaysia financially. Actually, as you know, to studying the abroad is not easy. They arrested my uncle. I keep silent. They arrested my brother-in-law just for donating 5,000 yuan. It's equivalent to like $800 to one religious scholars. And he just by donating for that money, and like he prisoning for 7 years. I keep silent. Then after that, they arrested my stepbrother. I keep silent because I worry about my safety of my parent. Then after that, they arrested another my uncle. That all the 2 uncles is my father's side. Then I keep silent again because I still worry the safety of my parents. So I don't know whether I'm talking too much, but I'm finishing. Why I become activist. Then October 2018, we completely lost connection with our family members. Then
your parents, you can't talk to them.
yeah, of course, I cannot talk to them. Of course, even we cannot message to in the WeChat. If we chat in the, they will come and arrest my fathers or my parents actually. Then I keep silent. Just to worry the safety of my parents, because I told you actually, my father is like yes man to the Chinese government, and he is the look after the ships, the ship of the Chinese government during what we call the cultural revolution during the 1996 and the 1976. So meaning that even he the slavery of the Chinese government, and he knows what's happened, and he's like shepherd, and he always asked me not to against the Chinese government. Then I say, okay, I will not do that, father. I promise you, I will not do that. And then
right now, right now, you don't know where your parents are. You don't know if they're arrested. You don't know where they are.
No, I will come to that. No, I will come to that. Then after that, what happened? 2018 October, I have little bit connection with someone, because I don't want to tell the name, because those people, Chinese people will be threatening my family members. So I told them, okay, if something happened to my father, something happened to my mother, something happened to my father, send to me one dying flower, so that I know that something happened to my father. Then if you send to me 2 dying flower, then I know that something happened to my mother. Then if you send to me 3 dying flowers, then I know that something happened to someone. I don't want to tell who is he or who is she. Then in October 2018, I received, this is like Allah is like helping me, just like one day before I told him or I told her like that, then she sent me 2 dying flower, meaning that it's happened to my mother. Okay, then after that she sent me 3 dying flower. They arrested me. Okay, then I immediately that's why and how my journey started. Because until that time, if you keep silent, and who can keep silent if your father or if your mother is arrested actually? Then what they call, I got that message. Then after that, I wrote to that what they call the Chinese police. I sent to him whatever he said, and he thought, and I erased everything. No, I didn't actually. So his voice record, his face, and also like whatever he said, everything I told him. Okay, if you don't release my mother and okay. But anyway, they know already the story. My sister actually, she is, and she's a mother of 4. So you have to release my sister and my mother. If you don't release, I will expose this one to international media. Subhanallah. 3 hours later, my sister, she come back home, and she told me they released me. I surprised, because they never released someone within the 3 hours. Okay, because I know that actually that is what they call confidentiality of the Chinese government as well, or that the police. Then after that, they released my sister within the 3 hours. Then where is the mother? Yes, and where is the mother? And she told me actually the mother arrested like 10 days ago, 10 days before, but we scared to tell you, and we didn't tell you. Then I'm negotiating that Chinese police. Okay, actually I keep silent until today. You arrested my 2 uncles, you arrested my stepbrother, you arrested my brother-in-law. I keep silent. Now I cannot keep silent anymore. You have to release my mother within 3 days. If you don't release 3 days, I will do whatever I want to do. Then after 3 days later, they release my mother as well. Okay, so then the battle is started like this.
So, sorry, just to make sure I know what you're saying, what happened. Your mom and dad and your sister were taken in by the Chinese government.
Yes. Yes.
You threatened them that if they don't release them, that you're going to expose the Chinese government to the international media.
Yes.
What year was this?
2018 October.
And are they free now, or are they in prison?
Now I tell you, I mean, I'm coming to that actually.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm coming. Thank you for the question as well. So
Yeah.
they released my father and my mother and my sister. Then actually, my father is. I know that because he hospitalized for like 3 or 4 times. Actually, very bad condition, a very ill condition. And one day I received another one dying flower after like December 2018
And
actually.
just to remind me, what the dying flower, what does it symbolize? What does it mean?
The one, the rose, you know, the rose, I mean the emoji, the
What,
emoji.
what does it mean that if you get a dying flower, what does that indicate?
I mean the Chinese government touch my family members.
Okay. Okay.
The
That's
emoji,
the
you got,
meaning what?
yes.
Sorry. Meaning they arrested them?
Yes, I mean, of course, only
Yeah.
the thing is arrested by the Chinese government. You got the
Yeah.
point on it. Actually, I don't want to tell what they call the spirituality part, actually. Everything I saw in my dream also. I don't want to tell this part because I don't want to people to
No, I
confuse.
think we need to hear this one, brother, please.
Yeah, actually, just one
Yeah.
day before, my father is like from the high and he's the falling down. Then I like, even the one
This is
just
in your
now
dream. This is in your
in
dream.
my dream
Yeah.
no, actually just now also I my dream I shortening just now. When I come to the Malaysia, when I told you just now, when I out from Malaysia, in my dream also someone ordered me out from Malaysia before Saturday in my
Subhanallah.
dream.
Subhanallah.
Yes, yes. So Allah saved me actually. This is what happened. I mean, end of 2017. My flight is on Sunday, but someone ordered me in my dream very clearly. You have to out from Malaysia before Saturday.
Allahu Akbar.
Just
Allah.
yes,
Subhanallah. Unbelievable.
yes, yes,
Unbelievable.
unbelievable. So
Unbelievable.
yes, yes. Actually, they are
And this
very,
is
very.
just, I want to add something here. The Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he told us that you can have a ru'ya, an actual dream which indicates the future. And
Yes,
this is the ulama of Islam, they've divided dreams into different types. And one of them is the ru'ya sadiqa, the actual true dream that tells you about the future. And this is unbelievable what you're saying to me right now. It's phenomenal. Like, subhanAllah, that shows you that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He has given you, subhanAllah, a mission in life. You've been chosen for this mission, brother.
yes, 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 yes. That is exactly what I'm thinking, brother. Why Allah saved me, because I have to answer to Allah when your nation. Actually, I tell you later on, all the mosque in my village is being demolished. I tell you after this one, So I got everything. So meaning that, if I don't do anything, I will questionable, or I have to answer to Allah what I did when I saved you from this the red evils, So actually, that's why I don't want to make it very spiritual, but I know this part is very touchy part as well. So anyway, when it's come to my father, in my dream, my father is falling down from very high. Then he's just like struggling in my dream. Then I just like, again, I got some message to someone. Then, and he told me one dying flower emoji. Okay, emoji. So meaning that they arrested my father as well. Then when I contacted with that Chinese officials, they already like delisted me in the WeChat because I cannot send him the message anymore. Then I purchased an international call. Then I call him again. Then I told him, now you arrested my father, you have to release them. Actually, don't underestimate my power as well. I'm very popular in Malaysia, and also, what they call is.
So you're telling me, sorry, doctor, sorry, let me just say something here. And this is so important for us, okay?
Yes, yes.
You're telling me that with your influence as an academic, and as someone who has access to the media, that you are able to get the Chinese government direct to release your family members with that kind of threat?
Yes, brother.
Then you've given us a key here. You have given us a key.
Yes.
This is exactly, it shows, you know what this shows you, doctor? Sorry, just to, because there's a lot of
problem. No problem.
It shows us the extent to which the Chinese government are fragile.
Yes.
And it shows us how much impact is possibly had.
Exactly.
Like every single person that is watching this right now will know that if we come together and use our social media influence, just our social media influence alone, we can influence. I mean, if you did it and you could get 3 people out of prison at different times, imagine if all did it. How many?
Yes. Because Chinese government nature like this. If you are like scared from them, they want to bully you. But if you are strong enough, then they step back, you know, or something like that. So this is the nature of
this is life. This is life.
Yes, this is the life. Yes. Then after that, you know, my life is in struggle. Then they released me, my father, and after that, I mean, I got a national award in December 2018. I got the national award from Turkey, and it is presented by President of the Turkey, Recep Tayyip Erdogan, as well. So I mean, that is something.
I saw this picture. Is this you?
Yes, brother. Yes, brother.
Wow.
Yes. So meaning that after that, I think they didn't touch my parents. They didn't touch my sister. They didn't touch my brother as well, because I have the one younger brother as well. So meaning that starting from then, but I mean, my sister is disappeared for few months. I think they arrested her again. Then I think, but is disappeared like for 4 or 5 months. Then after that, the pressure of international community, I think they released some people from the concentration camp. Then that time, I think they released my sister as well. So meaning that in order to save my sister again, so I continued my journey actually. So meaning that because, you know, then I'm asking myself, okay, it's not about my father. It's not about my father. Actually, in order to save my people, or in order to save the Islam in Turkestan, then I'm willing to sacrifice my father or my mother. You know, this is, I mean, in order to, I mean, I know actually now they're at home. To be honest, I'm 100% sure they're at home right now. But, you know, the problem is now the issue is more than my family right now, actually, because what they call.
I have to say, I am completely taken aback by your story. I rarely ever use a word like this, but you have, Professor, you have a heroic story. You have an absolutely heroic story. And it's amazing, and it's a privilege for me to hear this. I mean, I genuinely read about stories like this in history books. I rarely ever get a chance to speak to someone who's been through what you've been through and done what you've done. And you've given us so much hope, actually. I want you to know that you have given us so much hope. And you've given us their weak points. I mean, if it's the case that you can do this, we have a lot of social media influence. We will, and this is the message. I know the Chinese government is watching this. Our demand is unconditionally for all of the prisoners to be taken out of the Chinese prisons. And that if you don't, we will start a movement which will become so powerful. And it will expose exactly what China is doing. That, believe you me, it will not just be written in the history books. It will be written everywhere. That the Chinese government is the most brutal and barbaric and megalomaniacal, diabolical government that has ever, you know, dealt with a minority group and is ever doing so now. And believe you me, you know, with your support, it will not just be, inshallah, with the will of Allah, your parents and your sister and your family who will be assured safety in East Turkestan, but it will be the entire Muslim population. And this has become our struggle now. Your struggle is no longer your struggle. I want to let you know, Dr. Burhan, that
thank you so much.
Yes, every single person who is watching this stream now is already a frontline worker. Every single one of us now are with you. I don't want you to feel for a second that you're alone.
Thank you so much, brother.
No.
Thank you so much.
Every single person that's watching the stream and the thousands that are going to watch it after it's done, we are all with you. And we will do whatever is needed and whatever is required through the legal systems and sacrifice whatever is necessary.
Yes, brother.
Legal means necessary.
Yes, brother.
Everything required to free the people of East Turkestan.
Yeah, thank you. No, then after that, and then I went to like Malaysia. Even I'm holding the Chinese passport, and I thank you for the Turkish government as well. After I got the national award from Turkey, then they give me citizenship. Then that's give me very honor to advocate this Uyghur genocide in the 21st century. Then actually, just even before that, even though I'm holding the Chinese passport, I went to Malaysia again to advocate this Uyghur crisis as well. And that time, I mean, they blacklisted me to enter the Malaysia as well. I think that because of the pressure of the what they call the Chinese government. But after that, of course, they lifted the black list. Then after that, I went to like many times to advocate this Uyghur crisis. I went to Qatar, to Al Jazeera, to giving the testimony about my family members. Then after that, I went to like Europe. I went to, of course, within my capacity, I'm advocating this Uyghur genocide in the 21st century. So then after that, then of course, I'm also, brother, I'm teaching and supervising, and also I'm helping the Uyghur people in Turkey as well by advising them how to invest in Islamic stocks and so on. So meaning that I have huge responsibility in Turkey as well to take care of my people. Then the last what they call is we keep silent because many people they're telling me like the protest is illegal in Turkey. We cannot do the protest without the permission of the Turkish government. So meaning that I am new to Turkey also. I didn't know actually. So last like almost like 3 years because I'm also to try to familiarize with the Turkish education system. I'm busy with my teachings, and so on and so forth. So what happened the Kurban Bayram, Eid al-Adha. So I spoke to someone because that is the 100% is confidential. I messaged to and he messaged to me actually. Then you don't scare the Chinese government, and he told me, "Don't worry, brother," and he called me big brother. Actually, he is not my relative, and he told me like something is very important. Then I told him you don't worry, I'm scared of the Chinese government, brother. I will not live for 100 years. I have to tell you something. Then tell me. And he told me this way, actually your mother being sent to underground prison. So I'm living in countryside. I'm very far from the city. I told you my father is shepherd. My mother is housewife. So meaning that we are living from the city center, like 70 kilometers away from the city center. Even there is like no double-story houses in my countryside. So I never heard there is any prison. When I was until what they call, actually, sorry, I also forgot to tell you something. Actually, until 2015, I back to China when I was studying in Malaysia, like every 1 year or every 2 years, I just try to visit my family members. So meaning that until 2015, I did not know any prison in my countryside. And that guy told me my mother being sent to that underground prison. And many people, China's government telling the lie to the international community, it's a re-education center. Re-education center in the underground prison, brother. So when I saw this one, I shocked. How come? It's in our village? And he told me, yes, in our village. Subhanallah. Then I said, what happened? China's government. Actually, this is my first time I'm traveling to the international media as well. Then I quite shocked. Then I asked him, have you performed your Eid al-Adha? Well, come on, brother. There is no masjid in our village anymore. What? And he told me they destroy. Actually, my village, living like 10,000 people there in terms of population. So there are at least, in my opinion, like the 40 to 50 masjid, because each what they call neighborhood, there is the one masjid. So meaning that they destroy everything.
They destroyed the masjid.
They destroyed the masjids, actually. I have the written evidence. I have recorded in my phone as well, because I don't want to. So meaning that they destroy all the mosque. So meaning that they're not able to. I asked him. I thought like at least they can pray the Eid al-Adha, but they say, "Come on, brother, what are you talking about? There is no masjid anymore." Then I said, I have to stand up with my people. I have to stand up with my nation. So I told some people as well, oh, I mean, what happened to your parent if you do this one? I want to sacrifice my parent in order to save the Islam in East Turkestan, in order to save my people in East Turkestan. So that's why already like 85 days, we are doing the protest in front of the Chinese consulate in Istanbul already 85 days. Because we stay at home, no one will come ask us what happened to you. But we went to the Chinese embassy in Istanbul already 85 days, brother. I am also one of the organizers because we want to let to the world to hear our voice. They have to know what happened to our people. That's why, alhamdulillah, thanks for those journalists from Canada, from UK, from Europe, from USA, from Japan, from many different countries. Even what they call the mainstream media in Turkey also, they come to the spot doing the the news about the Uyghur people, what's happening in East Turkestan, actually. So that's why, alhamdulillah, actually, this is not organized by any party. This is not organized by any association in Turkey, but I have to thank to my people. They joined me. We joined, and together, actually, there are another like 10 activists as well. So like we are like 10 or 11 activists. We come together. So we organizing this protest. And the people like supporting me like every day, like a few hundred people. We went to the embassy otherwise, if we stay at home, if we stay in the university, no one can ask what happened to you. But if we go to there, then we try to telling to the world what's happening in East Turkestan. So I also now I'm strongly advocating this Uyghur genocide in the 21st century. And I have to make things clear. You may thought they arrested your father or your mother because of you. No, actually I stand up after they arrested my mother and my father. If they arrested my uncles, my brother, my brother-in-law, I keep silent. But I cannot keep silent if they arrested my parents. So that starting from that time, I become activist. Now, of course, how to say is I have a very strong voice in Turkey as well. So now is thanks to, of course, now also still the protest illegal in Turkey. But I told the Turkish people, don't stop us. Please allow us to let the world hear our voice. Of course, I'm the first day actually. They want to also in Turkey also they, because of the virus and because of the they want to ask us to stop the protest. Even we didn't stop the protest, then there will go the water tank or the many police to come to they try to arrest me as well. But many people lying down in the street. We cannot give our doctor to you. We have to protect our doctor. So that's how also what I want to say here is our protest also not come very easily. We pay for that actually. Now I think the Turkey also giving us the permission to protest in the seaside in Istanbul. It's nearby what they call this Chinese consulate. Actually, we know that Chinese government is not listening to us, but we want to let the people like you, let the world to hear our voice, so that what's happening in East Turkestan. Thank you, brother.
Well, I tell you something, definitely going to motivate a lot of people. And I'll tell you something else, that as soon as we mobilize, we will mobilize. We are mobilizing. And as soon as the mobilization is done, it won't just be in the UK, but it will be all around the world, where as much as we have influence, that these Chinese criminals, this government, will be accountable.
Yes,
We'll
yes, brother.
expose them,
Yes,
and we
brother.
will humiliate them,
Inshallah.
and we will destroy
Inshallah.
their publicity, and we will work within the legal framework to do as much as we can.
Inshallah. Inshallah. You know, even like I wrote an article, I will send to you later. The title was "Why I Stand Up Against the Red Evil China." So in that article, in the first statement, I mentioned the issue is more than the religion. The issue is more than the culture. The issue is more than what they call the language. I mean, the issue is base crime against the humanity in the 21st century, actually. So meaning that actually, I mean, of course, we are Muslim. We love the Islam. Okay. I mean, the issue is more than, I mean, this is the basic humanitarian crisis, brother, you know. So that's why, I mean, if you come to Turkey, you know, you can visit many people like surrounding me from one family, you know, one family, like more than 10, more than 20, more than 30 family members are arrested, you know. And even there is someone like coming from like a public servant or government servant families. I mean, the Chinese, I work as a Chinese police for the Chinese government last 30 years. But those people also like, I mean, they vanished by the Chinese government, you know. So meaning that actually is, I mean, the Chinese government taking the terrorism as excuse or like extremism as excuse. Like, I mean, they're penalizing the whole
They are the
nation.
terrorists. They are the
Yes,
terrorists, and they
yes,
are the
yes,
extremists.
yes, yes. So
This is the truth.
like professors, like rectors, like the writers, you know, all the main our intellectual is now being the vanish. This is the also evidence of the Chinese government. They want to let us to like, how to say, and even, you know, a few days ago there is a lot of videos. One of the girl, maybe I guess like 5 or 6 years old, and her name is Nafisa or something like that. I forgot. And the Chinese teacher asked her, "What's your name?" You know, I cannot say my name in Arabic. If I say that one, you will punish me in the school. And what's your brother's name? No, I cannot say my brother's name in Uyghur language, or in, actually, of course, their name is Arabic, like Muhammad or Abdullah. I don't want to tell my brother's name. If I tell you that one, you will beat me in the school. So you can imagine, I mean, how, I mean, what they call, of course, the Chinese government is like looking up their parents in the Chinese concentration camp, but their children, in order to make them like synonizing those, I mean, the young children, or like they want to become more secular, and the people, they're putting in orphanage camp and they push them to learn what they call the Mandarin. I surprised the 6 years old girl, the Mandarin is speaking better than me in terms of what they call the accent. So this is and how the Chinese government doing the crime against the humanity in the 21st century by looking up their parents in the Chinese concentration camp, but the children in orphanage camp. So meaning that, you know, after a few years later, if you go to them, are you Muslim? No, what's Islam? We don't know, you know. I mean,
And yeah, and in my interviews, the other concentration camp survivors also said that they actively taught there is no God regularly.
yes,
So
exactly.
we're coming to the end of the live stream, Doctor. What is your message for people like who are watching online right now, who have some social influence? Does social media activism make a difference? Is it important for people to do?
Of course, definitely. Every time there is what they call is like very strong voice from international community. I mean, this Chinese government is really liar. You know, if they say there is no the what they call the mosque is being closed, and they just try to show one or two the mosque. I mean, as open, they just try to tell them the mosque is being the open. And also we say, I mean, they try to sinizing our people. Then the next day they were showing, okay, some Uyghur people singing the Uyghur song, you know. So meaning that, of course, this is the pressure of international community. So meaning that if we do something in the social media, of course, we can influence by the Chinese government as well. So that's why even some people is protesting in what they call in the in front of Chinese embassy, and the Chinese government called them, don't go to the protest we will let you to you can talk to with your parents. This has happened to many family members as well. Actually they want to stop me as well by showing my father and my mother. I told them, now is you cannot stop me anymore. Okay, my father already like 70 years old, my mother already 60 plus. Okay, now they live enough already. Okay, I mean, actually, by this way, okay, put me this way, brother, they want to, they don't want to let the people to talk this issue. They don't want to let they're not allowed us to advocate
and you
this
know what's
bigger
amazing, Dr. Burhan?
Yes,
You are making such a sacrifice by being an activist. And there's so many of us that we don't have to make any sacrifice. And we can be activists.
Thank you.
And this
Thank you,
is a shame
brother.
on the Muslim community, actually, to be honest with
Yes.
you. It's a huge shame on the Muslim. It's the biggest. Where are the scholars?
Yes.
Where are
Yes.
the scholars? So why are they talking about wiping over the sock? And who is an innovator? Where are the scholars? People are dying. These people, so-called Muslim scholars and speakers, and there are people with huge reaches. Huge, absolutely huge. You're telling us, you've said today that you threatened the Chinese government with the international media, and they released your family. No one is threatening our family members. We could do it free of charge, without danger, living in the West.
Thank you.
It's unbelievable that the Muslim community is so caught up in unprioritized things that we cannot even see that there is a Holocaust, a genocide, an infiltration. They're wiping away a population, a demographic, destroying mosques. 50 mosques. You said there were 50 mosques in your village.
Just imagine, it's just in my village. So you can imagine in the whole East Turkestan, how many mosques they're being demolished. That is something is
unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
We really have a job to do. Believe we are your comrades. We are your brothers in faith. We will help you. We will do as much as we can.
Yeah.
And we will hold to account as well. All of those who have the ability to, but are choosing to deprioritize this issue for all of the other issues. It's no longer an excuse. It's no longer an excuse for anybody that calls themselves an influencer in the Muslim world, or in fact anyone who cares about human life. For them, the top of their priorities list. It's no longer an excuse.
Yes. So so that's why maybe what you can do just now, brother Subur also asking also, maybe also I request you, if you can do, actually you can organize protests in from Chinese embassy as well. And there's civil society in Turkey, civil society in Turkey also joining our protest actually. So meaning that actually maybe of course now thanks for Canada, thanks for the Netherlands as well. So they declared as a genocide. So now is the Chinese government is like under pressure as well. So meaning that we ask you also maybe someone in Germany or someone in other part of the Europe. Actually, our people already started like long march of the protest in the different embassies.
What we have, and we want to raise awareness for this, we have an organization now. It's called the Uyghur Freedom Organization.
And we have
people with more than 100 links to universities across the world. And
Yes,
we are mobilizing, and this is our message. This is our threat, our legal threat to the Chinese.
Thank you so much, brother.
Let me tell them right now. I know they're watching me.
Yes, they're watching.
You should be quaking. You should be shaking, because we are gonna expose you. We are gonna expose you. China is gonna be the new Germany.
Yes, there is
the Chinese Communist Party will be the new Nazi party. We have the ability to make that be the case. The only demand we have is that the state of East Turkestan become an independent state. We don't care about anything else.
Inshallah.
No interfere in our business.
Inshallah.
You will be relegated to the dustbins of history. The Chinese government, I am threatening you with the most legal,
and the most influential of ways, people are going to see. We are going to expose you. We are going to humiliate you. We are going to discombobulate you. We are going to bedazzle the Chinese people. And the Muslim soldiers here that are ready, and I mean that in the metaphorical sense, the soldiers, the comrades, all of those people that are on this chat, we are with you hand in hand, Dr. Burhan. And we will come. We will march to the left, to the right, in front. We will be as a group.
Inshallah.
Inshallah. And we are with you. And you are our hero. Your story is a story. Your story is an absolutely heroic story.
Thank you, brother.
Your struggles and your story, it will be a catalyst. It will be an absolute catalyst for what we will do as the Muslim community. And as I say, it's no longer an option. I'm saying this to every single person with influence. It's especially in my own community, the Muslim community. Listen carefully. It is no longer an option for you to stay silent on these issues, and for you to not utilize your platforms, and for you to not mobilize and join the struggle where masjids are being destroyed, 50 masjids in a small town with 10,000 people. We're hearing it live with a primary source example. It's no longer an option, and we will not tolerate it anymore. And we are with you 100%. So use us, like the Sahaba used to say. Amr ibn al-As, he said, we are your bow. We are your arrow. We are your arrow. So shoot us in the direction that you want. We will be shot. And the Chinese government now, you have only one option. You have only one option. It's to go back to 1933 agreements and to make this East Turkestan, which constitutes a sixth of the land mass of China, into a state of its own.
Yes.
That's the only thing we're going to accept.
Absolutely.
And in fact, you know what else? You better release every single prisoner and stop sterilizing 87% of women in that area. Because you can try and sterilize us. You can try and change our language. You can even try and stop us speaking and reading the Quran. But you cannot destroy the iman, the faith that we have in our hearts.
Allah.
And you, this Sheikh here, this Dr. Burhan, who Allah sent dreams to tell him, to show him the way. This is an amazing karama that Allah has sent to this man to tell him that his father, something is going to happen to him, to make a move. This is no coincidence. That dream was no joke. That dream turned out to be true. And today you are here telling us, and believe you me, the people are hearing, and there will be the biggest snowball effect that we can ever imagine. There's a lot of impassioned people like me who will take this initiative and drive it forward to the necks of the Chinese governments, and they will listen. And we will crush them intellectually and through any propaganda means. There is no more playing around. The Muslims in the West, who are the most influential in this, have now stood up, and we are all going to march forward and create huge change. And whatever is in our legal abilities to do, we are willing to sacrifice anything, money and anything, in order to advance our cause.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Thank you so much,
Dr. Burhan. And as you can see, the Uyghur Freedom Organization, we're with you, inshallah. In fact, I'm actually thinking, once the lockdown's over, me and Muhammad Hijab, we can come down to Turkey, we can meet you,
Thank you so much, brother. You know, my last word I want to say to brother Muhammad, you know, just now, there is a story of the Prophet, during the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, one person beating his wife, you know, always beat the wife. Then, I mean, she came to complain, they're beating their wife, always they beat the wife, you know. Then Prophet ﷺ told them, just tell the neighborhood, okay, he's beating the wife. So meaning that after that, that man is stop beating his wife because of, the neighbors, So this is exactly we can apply to the Chinese government actually. So meaning that they're beating the Uyghur people. If we keep silent, they beat more and more actually. So if we tell to,
Absolutely. Absolutely. Jazakallah khair for joining us,
Yeah.
Dr. Burhan. Inshallah.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
May Allah bless you. Jazakallah khair for hijab, for your words. Definitely inspirational. And inshallah, one day we will pray in Eidgah Mosque. Inshallah. And when we will see a free East Turkestan, we will know the promise of Allah is indeed true. Jazakallah khair.
Thank you so much, both brothers. I appreciate it a lot. Thank you, brothers.